Hi, I'm Sabra in Springfield, Missouri, and wanted to do my second video and talk to you about some of the feelings that might happen or occur after you have a session with a cuddlist. And to really do this coming from an honest place, I wanted to tell you some of my own experience because that's where this is coming from. So for a really long time, I had some problems myself with anxiety and depression and social isolation, and I was in a really, really bad place. So I had been working on things, and all of a sudden, I got my version of going to a cuddlist. It was a hug, and um, but it was more than just, like the friendly kind of hug that you get from somebody that's kind of like a side squeeze and then you kind of move on. This was, an extended hug where this person just like really looked in my eyes and held me, and then we breathed together, and it was really, really nice. And um, from that time on, things felt better to me. Things felt different. And so the thing that I wanted to really emphasize is it's normal for when you feel an experience like that and you start feeling feelings or having thoughts that you haven't had in a really long time, and maybe thought, that you might not ever have again. And in my case, the feelings and the thoughts that I had were, oh, maybe all people aren't assholes, or, maybe there are still good things out there for me. Maybe I can hope or try for something nice in the world. And my thoughts kept going back to that hug. And after a little bit, it concerned me. And I started thinking, holy cow, do I have a crush on this guy? Am I in love with him? And yeah, and he was like 20 years younger than me, probably. I don't know how old he was, but he was a lot younger than me. And I just thought, gosh, am I being inappropriate? Or are these, and I felt like, and I still do, I love that guy. Yeah, he just really helped me to understand some things and changed my perception of myself and the world. And the world didn't seem as scary of a place. And even if there are still assholes out there, I don't feel like everybody is. And so when after you go home, um, you might have the feeling of, gosh, I had to pay for that. And am I always going to have to pay to have somebody care about me? No, you're not. But sometimes to get the ball rolling, you have to go for somebody to provide a service, and hopefully you're going to find somebody to provide this service for you that actually seriously, isn't just doing it for money, but actually does care about you and your feelings and your situation. And that care, you will feel that care come from somebody else, and feeling that coming from somebody else helps you to feel it for yourself, and it helps you to look at the world with a little more gentle, less cynical eye. And feeling loving feelings or something towards another person isn't a bad thing. That doesn't mean that, you have to have a crush on them or marry them or go have sex with them or anything like that. And so one of my big points on doing this video is I think it's important to think about this before you come to a session, to realize that you might get some feelings stirred up that you haven't felt in a long time. And they're good feelings, but it can be overwhelming when you haven't had somebody touch you, or you haven't had somebody caress you, you haven't felt hope. Just so many things. Even, a lot of these videos will address arousal, and that can happen. And if that hasn't happened in a long, long time, you haven't felt hope or connection with another person or even with yourself in a really long time, all of a sudden, if you feel that, then that can be scary. And I actually did experience that, and it's like, holy cow, oh my God, what's going on here? And I didn't focus on that, but I was aware of it. And so, that's another one of those things. For a lot of people, that confuses you, and that can make you feel like, oh man, I'm heading into, something this is going to tear my emotions up and make things worse. And so if you go into this knowing, I might feel scared, I might feel kind of lost for a little bit because I've never been here before. I might feel hopeful or aroused or, talkative or speechless. You could feel so many things and they're all okay. And if you go into it expecting that you don't know what to expect, anything can happen and it's all okay. The only thing that's not okay, in my book is, violence. Anger's okay. You might be angry that you haven't felt anything like that in a long time, and here you are, in my case, 54 years old, and I hadn't felt like that in a long, long time. And I was kind of angry, and I was kind of sad. I felt like, I had missed out on a lot of life, and I have. But you go through these motions and then you move past that, and then it's like, well, yeah, I did miss it, but I don't have to keep missing it. You know, it's still out there for us to get. Things are still out there. Good things are still there. And so you focus on that. You don't focus on the fact that, well, you can't have a relationship with your cuddlist. You focus on there's still good people in the world, and this is one of them. And I get to spend some time with them, and they get to spend some time with me, and they're happy to do it. Um, so much of life is how we choose to look at it. And if we choose to, focus our thoughts on, our body image or our situation or our lack of finances or lots of things, we can focus on the negatives, or we can focus on, I'm still here, there's still opportunities, and I want to try all of them. Don't let the fear stop you from this. And if you do start having some confusing feelings, talk about them. Talk to a family member about it, or talk to, you can talk to your cuddlist. In my situation, if somebody came to me and got really confused, I would be more than glad to talk to them about that. That wouldn't be part of the session. And that's why I kind of, I wanted to do this video. So, people don't have to get so scared when scary feelings arise. So, move past that. Try this. Let the sweetness come into your life. It's out there for you. I hope you guys have a good day. This is Saber in Springfield.